Hello, my name is Arun Shetty, and I'm currently completing my Masters of Business Information Technology at RMIT University here in Melbourne. Before starting this program, I spent several years working as a senior consultant at LTI Mindtree in India, supporting enterprise clients with SOX compliance, Oracle JD Edwards implementation, and database governance. That experience gave me a strong technical foundation, but I chose the MBIT program because I wanted to go further. I wanted to develop strategic, analytical, and business facing skills that transform a technical professional into a trusted consultant, and that is exactly where I'm headed. The theme of this video is evolution from technical specialist to a strategic consultant and how my MBIT program and prior experience have prepared me for it. In today's presentation, I will cover four areas. First, my career aspirations and the role I'm working towards. Second, a key artifact from my program and what I learned from it. Third, a reflection on how ISYS3303 and my broader MBIT experience have prepared me for the workplace. And finally, a summary and sign off. So let's get started. The role I'm aspiring to is a technology consultant. In the Australian market, this career typically starts as an ICT business analyst or a technology analyst at a consulting firm. Then we can gradually build towards big four firms like Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, or Accenture. The skill profile is essentially the same. These are closely related entry points to the same career. At LTI Mindtree, I was focused on SOX compliance and Oracle JD Edwards implementation. I was a technical specialist. This program has given me something broader, the ability to think strategically about information systems, to analyze business problems, and to understand how technology decisions create or destroy value across entire organizations. The role involves business analysis, ERP and systems implementation, data driven problem solving, and stakeholder communications. All the areas I have genuine interest in. To understand what Australian employees are looking for, I researched a current ICT business analyst role advertised by Acom Consulting in Melbourne. As you can see, the key skills required include business analysis, stakeholder communication, ERP systems knowledge, business process improvement, and structural problem solving. On a broader impact of this career, the UN Sustainable Development Goal 9 focuses on industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Technology consultants sit at the heart of this goal. When we help organizations modernize legacy systems, implement scalable technology, and make smarter data driven decisions, we are directly enabling more innovative and resilient industries. But it is worth evaluating this honestly. Digital transformation can build resilient industries or widen the digital divide depending on how it is designed. That is exactly why technology consultants carry a particular responsibility for SDG 9. The system we recommend determine whether digital change lifts everyone or only those already well served. That responsibility is part of why I want this career. That is a space I want to occupy. One of the main artifacts that best represents my growth during this program is security assessment and risk recommendations I completed for Safe Life Home Care, case study in digital risk management and information security. Safe Life is a frictional Australian aged care provider rolling out smart connected devices, fall sensors, medication dispensers, remote monitoring into clients' homes. My task was to identify cyber risk introduced by that IoT environment, evaluate the controls already in place, and recommend a prioritized set of improvements the organization could realistically implement. The output was effectively a practical, business viable solution to a real problem facing sector under intense regulatory scrutiny, not a theoretical exercise. The most important thing I took from this experience was learning how to translate compliance risk thinking into a language business audience can actually act on. Before this, my instinct from my LTI Mindtree SOX work was to produce technically thorough but quite dense risk write-ups. Safe Life forced me to do something harder, apply the same rigor, but communicate trade-offs clearly enough that a non-technical aged care member could decide where to spend their first dollar at. That shift from being technically correct to being commercially useful is the single most important change I have made as a profession. This learning connects directly into technology consulting for two reasons. First, consulting is fundamentally about helping clients make better decisions, not just identifying problems. The artifact pushed me to develop the decision support mindset. Second, working in a regulated high stake industry like aged care, where with valuable end users and overlapping privacy, safety, and clinical obligation is exactly the kind of complex client environment big four firms operate in every day. Building comfort with that complexity has been one of my biggest area of growth. Ultimately, this artifact showed me what I am capable of when I combine the technical depth I built in LTI Mindtree with the strategic client-facing thinking this program has developed. It is a clear example of a practitioner to consultant transformation I have been describing throughout this video. Reflecting my time on MBIT program, I can clearly identify how each course has contributed to my readiness for this consulting career. The ISYS 3303 has been a valuable in two distinct ways. First, building this digital portfolio and presenting myself on camera has directly sharpened my ability to communicate my professional value, a skill essential in consulting where every client interaction is a form of presentation. Second, the project component, consulting engagement with Medibank. My team is designing a digital retention platform for international students on the 485 graduate visa. I understand this customer because I am this customer. We applied journey mapping, competitive benchmarking, and survey research to propose a phased smart transition platform, exactly the work technology consultants do. Governance and change in digital business taught me to evaluate technology decisions from a risk and value perspective, not just a technical one. Understanding governance framework and how IT strategy connects to organizational goal has made me a far more well-rounded professional. In consulting, clients do not just need someone to implement systems, they need someone who can explain why a particular technology is the investment is the right one. Business analytics then shifted how I think about data. Coming from SQL and audit reporting, I already knew how to query the data, but this course taught me how to turn data into decisions. For non-technical audiences, which is exactly what consulting requires, it is worth saying this transformation has not been frictionless. Coming from a role at LTI Mindtree, where I was a technical authority in the room, I had to unconsciously learn the instinct to lead with implementation detail, adapt to an Australian academic environment, learn to construct arguments rather than execute instructions, and working with classmates from very different professional backgrounds have all stretched me in ways I did not expect. Recognize those gaps and the discomfort of operating outside my technical comfort zone has been value as any single course. The overall shift from this program has produced in me is the move from practitioner to consultant, where I came in knowing how to execute. I am leaving knowing how to advise. That is a transformation MBIT has delivered, and is exactly what the consulting industry is looking for. To bring everything together, the central theme of my professional journey is evolution from technical specialist to a strategic consultant. Every step from my work at LTI Mindtree to the assets in this program to the career I'm building towards is a part of the journey. The role I aspire to is a technical consultant where I can use my ERP experience, my data skills, and my business analysis capabilities to help organize, solve meaningful problems, and build better systems. The skills I've developed through MBIT, structural thinking, stakeholder communication, data literacy, and the confidence to present complex ideas clearly have given me strong foundation to contribute from day one. And knowing that this career connects to SDG 9 to build more innovative, resilient industries makes the world feel purposeful, not just professional. Thank you for watching. My name is Tarun Shetty, and I am ready.